channel. Today I am going to be doing a little bit of a pantry tour and going through some of my staples that I use all the time in my cooking. So I want to show you those today because I think it is really important to have some of those ingredients that you can go out to the garden, pick a few things and create a meal. So I want to show you those today. I've just picked a whole basket of veggies so we can also put together a little garden to plate meal using those staples that I have in my pantry. And I think make a delicious salad. I've been making a salad recently and you can chuck all sorts of different veggies in there, whatever you've got available. You can mix the different sauces and dressings and it's super flexible and really easy and delicious. So we will make that for lunch. So let's get into it. My pantry is a work in progress. Disclaimer, there are things in there that are not sustainable, but it's all part of my journey and I am trying to do the best that I can. So we have recently renovated our kitchen. It used to be this tiny little pokey 80s kitchen with a bright blue bench top and like fake wood laminate that was peeling off the cupboards. So it's had a facelift. It still isn't painted, so you can see up here still needs to be painted, but I absolutely love it. I've got plants hanging, I've got my vintage crystal glasses on display, and it's just a place that I absolutely love to hang out now. So that's a win. Before, our pantry was just like a little cupboard, and when we redid the kitchen we couldn't really figure out where to put it, so we ended up bringing it out here, which is like technically sort of a dining area, but it works really well. It's still close enough to the kitchen that I can use it all the time. And with the kitchen renovation, to get custom cabinets put in there, it was going to be, I can't remember, it was like a few grand to get that done. So what we ended up doing is getting wardrobes, and then we got matching handles that we got from the people that did our kitchen, so that it all looks the same. The great thing about that is that you can add all the different shelves where you want them, mix and match, put baskets, and do it completely custom to suit you, and change it. So if it doesn't work, you can just mix it up and change it around. I haven't finished. I still have a few shelves that I need to get, which you'll see. But I wanted to see what worked first before I went ahead and purchased all the different shelves. So I have two main shelves here. Up here I have all my cooking, like my normal cooking stuff, and then down here I have my breakfast and tea and coffee and things like that. I have some metal tray things that I have the cans standing on to give it like a tiered effect, but I probably need a few more of those or something, because as you can see, like heaps of them are hidden behind each other. It would be good to have them up above. I need to get another few of these shelves for up here, but I wanted to know how high. So pretty much the next shelf above I'm not really going to be able to reach, so I might just do one shelf above and put some of the bigger items up there that I don't use very often. So here I have my grocery bags, my reusable bags for the supermarkets and the shops, a cooler bag, I don't know, like a giant tinfoil, which I have no idea where that came from because I didn't buy it. It's been there for years. It's Halen's protein stuff and some junk. This is where I kept my pumpkins because it had it's really good for storing my pumpkins because it's all aerated, so things don't get rotten. But as you can see, my sweet potatoes that I had in here started growing, so we might go and plant those in the garden, pop that in. and a random bottle of whiskey that someone gave Halen. So in here I have all my baking stuff. I don't bake very often, but I do want to do more baking, so I will get a few more containers that and figure out what I need, and then I can buy more in bulk. And a recipe that my mum gave me that I use all the time, soft clothes. And this is Halen's snack drawer because he needs a lot of snacks, and some of the stuff that I have still got bought in plastic, like rice paper, sushi rolls, some wraps, some noodles, some more rice paper, which I don't tend to find plastic free. I know that I could definitely do better in this department, so that is something that I can work on, but for now they are in there. This is like my breakfast section. I don't know why they're in the breakfast section, but they won't last long. I literally eat so many pickles. Marmite, some local honey, some honey from my friend's farm, oats. So oats are something that I use all the time and are definitely one of my pantry staples. I add these to my breakfast smoothies to keep me full, and also in winter like porridge. I do overnight oats, and on top of crumbles. You can use them for so many things. You can make a really quick and easy meal using these, so I like to have a lot of them on hand. Gherkins. Most of these jars that I have here are probably gherkin jars. One thing is, like, you don't need to go out and buy a whole bunch of matching jars. That is just like consuming more stuff. If you already buy food in jars, then you can just clean them, soak them in some warm water to get the labels off, and then if they are really tricky or they've got some glue left behind, then I like to just put some baking soda on it and let it sit for a while and then scrub it off. That seems to do the trick pretty well. So yeah, most of these are probably gherkin jars because I go through a lot of gherkins or pickles. I do make my own, but my cucumber plants can never keep up with my pickle addiction, so I always have a few in the cupboard, and I like to try different ones. I really like the sweet ones. I don't really like the sour and dill ones. What else have I got? Oh, I pretty much always have like a random bowl of like drying things in here. So at the moment it's like some hibiscus that I'm drying. It has been a little bit humid lately, but normally here in Perth it's quite a dry heat, so things dry really fast and they don't go moldy or anything like that, because of the low humidity. So I can keep them here. If it is something that's going to take too long, a bit longer to dry, then I will just dry it out in the oven first, or the dehydrator. But yeah, there's always some random bowl of flowers and herbs drying in here. This is something that I always like to have in the cupboard as well, and that is jackfruit. I make like a really nice, it's like vegan pulled pork. When you cook this, it pulls apart at like stringy like pulled pork. So you can make heaps of different things with that, like tacos, nachos, burgers, super delicious. So I always have one of these because it's just really quick and easy. Also, if you're going camping, then this is another great thing to take because it doesn't take up much space, and I can just chuck some sauces with it, and I have got like a pulled pork. So I always have that in the pantry. Chickpeas, I've always got chickpeas because I use these to make hummus, and if you haven't made hummus before, you really should. It's so easy. And I always make a big batch of that, and I can take that camping as well, so I've got some dip. My dog is snoring, so hopefully you can't hear that. I also use these in a sort of like a replacement for meat quite often. If I'm making a curry or like a Thai green curry, red curry, something like that, then I'll chuck some of these in, which will help bulk it up and in replace of meat. So I like to have some of these in the cupboard. I've always got coconut milk and some tin tomatoes usually. Now these are definitely one of my staples. I love these red lentils. They are so versatile. I will make a really good vegetarian mince out of these. So I might make that sometime on the channel because it is definitely one of my favorites. And you can mix it up and make it for heaps of different types of things. So you can make sort of a Mexican flavored mince by adding some seasonings, and then you can use that for nachos or burritos or something like that. And then also I do like a tomato basil one with garlic to use as a spaghetti bolognese. So I like to use these in that. It sort of helps with the texture of like the mince. And then also I will just use lentils in curries and things like that as well. So really handy to have in the pantry. And they don't take long to cook. Like the green ones, not as thin, so they take a lot longer to cook. So more like slow cooking if I'm doing those. Always got some rice because I make a lot of curries. I love Thai green curry, red curry. So some rice. You can always make a quick meal when you've got rice. This is all I've got left of my dehydrated lemons. I have been using them so much and gifting heaps of them, so I need to make some more. My lemon tree's got a few lemons on the way, so I will hopefully get some more done. I have a video on how I make these, so I will link that. And yeah, I love these. It's great for just putting in, you can just put them in boiling hot water and make a tea. I use them in baking as decoration on anything like cakes, cocktails, drinks. So yeah, I love my dehydrated lemons. This little container here is how I'm currently keeping my dried flowers and leaves. I have them in a paper towel to sort of stop any moisture getting in there, and those ones are all ones that I've pressed. So I wanted to keep them flat, not in a jar, because they are really delicate. So that's working out really well at the moment. What else have we got on here? Over here I have some of the things that I pop in my salads. Some linseed, some sunflower seeds. This is like a little random mix of seeds in here with like sesame seeds, linseeds. It's got some other little random goodies in there, which is really good for popping on top of a salad. Crunchy noodles is also really good for a salad. Pumpkin seeds. So I add a lot of these seeds into my smoothies for some extra protein and fiber. Also on top of my salads. So these are sort of like my sprinkles, and I sprinkle them on lots of different things. Salads and in smoothies and on top of curries and things like that. So I like having lots of seeds for sprinkles. Got a few of the dried chilies from the garden, but most of my herbs and spices are over in the kitchen in a spice cupboard drawer, which I'll show you, and not in the pantry. Here I have more of my dried flowers. Look at this cute little scoop. My friend gave me this for Christmas in some bath salts, and I was like, that is definitely going to be used in the kitchen for my salts. So this is my fairy salt that I made with cornflowers. I will post a link for that if you want to make that. And then these are my dried cornflowers. I have some dried calendula in here. I've separated them into different colours, just in case I want to use one colour. And then this is a mix. This is so pretty. You can't really see how nice this is in this. But this is a bunch of herbs and flowers that I've dried. So I could use this to make tea. I think I'm also going to do an infused oil with that. So I'm just waiting to make that. And this one is just a big jar of the mixed corn flour. am going to do a video. I got heaps of questions on how I dry my flowers and what I use them for, so I will do a video on that. So make sure you hit subscribe and the little notification bell so you'll see when that video goes live. Okay, so that is pretty much my pantry. Now let's make some food. So I'm going to grab a few things from the garden. I've got lots of veggies that I picked, and we will use... Oh, there's one thing that I didn't show you, which is... Oh, I've got like pasta here, and these are definitely one of my staples. These are the vermicelli noodles. Vermicelli noodles. I use these in so many different dishes. So they're really quick. You can put them just in a bowl of boiling water and they will cook, or you can add them to any of your curries and stir fries and they'll absorb some of the sauce and flavor and they'll be super delicious. But I use these also in salads to make it a little bit more filling and interesting. So we're going to make a noodle salad today using these. So this is my herbs and spices. It's not very tidy, but you get the picture. So once it is boiling, we'll just pop that in. So it'll only take about 5 minutes, and you could do it in stock or some sort of flavored water, which would be so nice, but I'm going to just let them cook, and then I am going to put some flavors on them afterwards. Add some tamari, which is like soy sauce, sambal, which I love. Not much left, so I'm going to make my own because I've got heaps of chilies. Some olive oil. Just give that a good mix around. Alright, so let's head to the garden and let's make some food. This is purslane, which is an edible weed, sort of like a little kind of succulent, which is super nutritious. Okay, so I have got my bowl of greens here. I'm just going to give them a wash, and then we can mix our greens and our noodles and a few other ingredients. easy noodle salad. And you can mix the flavors up here. You could add in any meat, any chicken, or like halloumi or something like that. Alright, Huffy boy. He's a mood. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe so that you can see my other videos that I've got coming. My edible flour one. And if there's anything you want to see, just pop a comment below and let me know. But what I love about having things in jars is that you can really see what you're running out of and you can just replace that rather than going and buying a whole bunch of stuff and not using it. So I've got my staples, which I know I use all the time. I can replace those and know that I can always make a meal.